All right, we're back with another episode of It's That Easy. This episode, we're talking about the college games coming up this weekend. Exciting college games coming up, man. So I'm super pumped about what we got going on here. As always, got my co-host, Big Peso Dean. Big Peso, what's happening?
What's happening, Rob?
How you doing, man?
Doing
Good?
good.
Ready for these games?
Ready to make these pesos.
There you go. All right. All right, well, let's jump in here, man. So we start off with always my favorite, if they're playing that week. University of Texas Longhorns travel to Georgia for oh man, we're 0-2 the last two games against Georgia, so that's not good. And they've always been either neutral site or in Texas. Uh, Georgia is 6.5 point favorites, and the over under is 49.5. I'll jump this one really quick because you know I'm a homer on this one. But here's the thing I got going on. I think the Texas defense, they're pretty good. If they can stop the run and keep Stockton in the pocket for Georgia, I think they have the best chance of winning. If that guy gets out and runs around like he did on us last time we played him,
Right.
then we're going to be in trouble. But I don't see that happening. So I got Texas covering this one, plus a 6.5. And even though I said over for the rest of my life, I'm actually going the under on this one. So
Head to head, last three games have all gone under.
yeah, they have. They've all been defensive battles. So what do you got on this one, man?
I just think these two teams have similar stats. The last two games, the quarterbacks have played well. 300 yards passing, Arch 6 touchdowns and 1 interception, 189 and 143 QBRs. I mean, he looked great.
Yeah,
Stockton, Stockton's played about the same, but unfortunately for me, Stockton is just he's Carson Beck 2.0. So
he must be a little better because they got rid of Beck. So, but I don't know. All right. Well, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. That's a 6:30 game. That's gonna be a night game, so that should be pretty interesting.
that will be good. Yeah.
All right. So last time we talked, I called this a trap game. South Carolina going to A&M. A&M 17.5 point favorite, 49.5 points. In some of the research that I did, and looking at the the last games that A&M's played, they've been destroying people, and they've been covering by 20 points on LSU, Missouri, not Arkansas, Florida. They beat them by 17. So as much as I hate to do it, man, I'm probably gonna go A&M to cover this spread, especially because they're at home and their defense is pretty good. So
Well, you better buy it early. I think the line is already up to 19.
oh geez, all right, yeah.
So,
Well, I checked at ESPN just a few minutes ago before we
okay.
started, and it was at 17. So I think it actually dropped. I feel like it was 19 earlier,
Nice.
and as just like the last game, just like the Texas game, I would probably go the under. I'm just feeling maybe this is the weekend of the unders, man. I don't know, but I'm feeling the under on this one. What do you think on that one?
South Carolina, their last four, they've lost straight up. They're 1-3 against the spread, 1-3 on the towards the under.
Yep, yep.
South Carolina, last four, they scored 14, 22, 7, and 10 versus SEC defenses.
Right,
It's not going to
right.
get any easier for them this week.
Yeah, I think it's actually gonna be worse on them this week.
Yeah, I don't see them putting up more than 17 points.
Yeah, and I feel like A&M once they get ahead, they probably call off the dogs a little bit. And
I don't know. I mean, so A&M is kind of in the same place that Indiana was in a few weeks ago,
true,
where
you're
they were
right.
trying to get some style points to the quarterback.
Yeah, yeah,
I think this is a time for them to shine. I mean, South Carolina is a team they can flex on a little bit, and
yeah,
South Carolina, their last one, two, three, their last four games, they gave up between 20 and 30 points. So
yeah,
they're
yeah. And two of the
they're a
last
number.
three. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say South Carolina is a number 114 offense versus the Aggies
Yeah,
number
they're
23
bad.
defense.
They're bad.
And then Aggies are the number 17 offense versus a Cox 86 defense. So
Yeah,
I think the Aggies are going to play with the Cox.
I gotcha.
Aggies are going to beat the Cox.
They're gonna beat them bad. They're gonna beat
They
them
are.
bad.
They're going to beat them ugly.
You know, two of the last three games of the last, yeah, two of the last three games A&M played, they've actually scored 45 and 49 points. And
Yeah.
last game they scored 38. So that's almost the over under right there. But as soon as I bet the over, thinking they're going to score a ton of points, it happens to me every week, just like it did with Indiana. They do nothing. So
I've
yeah,
got
I
a
might
couple of
stay away from this one. I don't know.
I've got a couple of teasers in, and for the reason you just said, I teased that total down on one of them,
Yeah, makes
down to
sense.
36, and played the over.
Makes
So
sense.
because I think A&M gets that one.
All right. Here's a good one. OU going to Alabama. Alabama, it was actually 7.5 points when we spoke a couple of days
Yeah.
ago. Now it's 6.5 points. The
Yeah.
over under is 46. OU has a pretty good defense. So, but Alabama can score. What do you think about this one?
So the OU defense, the numbers are kind of jaded because they're all averaged in for the whole year.
Okay.
The first 5 games of the year, when first 4 games, when Mateer was playing well, the defense played well.
Right.
But after that, I mean, their defense is still good, but it's not like they were the first 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Well, I
But
mean, they beat Tennessee. They went to Tennessee and beat them. Not that they're great, but I mean, they went on the road and beat a team that was pretty good. So
yeah, but we saw Arkansas and Tennessee do the same kind of fight.
true. Yeah.
But OU, the last 3 are 2-1 straight up against the spread and the over and under. Oklahoma gave up 27 and 34 to Tennessee and Mississippi.
True.
I think Alabama does it. Alabama's 6-1 against the spread, 8-0 straight up, but they play a lot of lower scoring games. They're 1-5 to the unders.
Yeah.
The game means a lot more for Bama though because they can clinch a spot in the SEC championship game,
True.
beating the Sooners. So
And they've won, other than Missouri 4 weeks ago, they've actually won by 17, 7, and 11. So if
yeah,
that was the case, if that trend stays, right? So it was 7.5 points earlier, and I thought, 7.5 points, I'd take Oklahoma. Then I saw it was dropped to 6.5 points. Man, I feel like I got to go Alabama on this one.
yeah, it's a tough number.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma quarterback Mateer, I mean, he was clearly a Heisman, choice at the beginning before he got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not near 100% right now, and the OU defense is allowing too many teams to hit all of their projections every week. It seems like every offense hits their numbers. So I think Alabama rolls over them.
All right. All right. So here's one that I called a trap game a couple weeks ago as well. UCF going to Texas Tech. Texas Tech 22.5 point favorites. It was actually 23 earlier, a couple days ago. Now it's 22. Over unders 48. And I feel like Texas Tech. So they've never been a dominant team. Like they've been pretty good their whole time, but never where they're at now. And I think they like that. And like you said the word flex. I think they try and flex this weekend, and they could like beat up UCF pretty good this weekend. If I had to pick the spread, I'd probably go Texas Tech.
Yeah. Texas Tech has done well covering big spreads.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have.
they were a 13.5 point favorite against BYU, smoked them. 37 point favorite against Okie State, smoked them.
True.
14 against Kansas, 11 against Houston, 24 against Oregon State, 55 against Arkansas Peabody, smoked all of them.
Yeah.
Covered. They're one of the top 5 teams in the league in the country of covering the spread.
Covering the spread. I see. Yeah, I can see that. So with that, I would take them. But that over under, remember last week they played BYU, and I thought for sure they'd go over, and it was less than that, 42 points or something, and they didn't even get close. I think it was in the low 30s. So I see them holding UCF down, and they probably score 30 something points again, and I have to go the under. Golly, this is going to be a bad week, but
That's scary,
I'm
man.
gonna go the under. But why you think it's the over on that one?
I don't know. I mean, another thing that caught me on this game was we talked about a little bit about props. The Texas Tech quarterback, Morton, he's making his third start after he missed 4 weeks from the injury. Each of his last two games, he threw the ball 32 times for between 220 and 240.
Yeah.
So there's always a prop on there for pass attempts. 332 in the first two games. I don't know.
Yeah, true. And if they don't struggle like they did a little bit early on against BYU, they struggled offensively. If they don't, they get on a roll. They actually may hit the over by themselves, possibly. So they can. They've 3 times, at least in the last 5 games, they scored over 40 points. You know what? Over it is. Over it is, man. Over it is.
This quarterback that's coming back, Morton, he throws the ball twice as many attempts as the other 2 quarterbacks that were in there. And by doing that, that's opened up the middle of the field that they quit playing a run stop against them.
Gotcha.
So they're having to drop defensive backs. Well, that only made their running game better. The last 2 games, Tech ran for 150 and 187. Compared to the 2 games before when he wasn't there, they ran for 80 and 100. So,
wow. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
They'll do it, man. So let's say Tech does it. Last one, really quick, Florida and Ole Miss. Ole Miss, 11.5-point favorite. 53.5 is the over-under. And I'll tell you why I lean to Ole Miss is because they're at home. So that's really the only thing. I think they're a good team. Florida has played well at home and still lost some games. I think on the road, they don't do as well. And I'd pick Ole Miss to cover on this one.
Okay. I also like Ole Miss. I think their offense is great. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. And then Florida's offense is not good. Let's see. Florida is their last 4 games. They are 2-2 to the unders, and on the unders, they only scored 7 points and like 10 points.
Yeah.
So they're struggling. Their quarterback Lagway, he's up and down. He stroked us, 5 weeks ago. He put up 300 yards passing against the Horns, but I think he shot his load in Austin because he hadn't done shit since then.
Yeah.
Every week he's gone downhill. In fact, last week against Kentucky, he only threw for 83 yards.
Yeah, so at home, they score roughly about 23 points a game. But on the road, they're not doing as well. And that's a road game. Yeah, I think that trend keeps up, and they lose that one. So.
And he throws lots of interceptions. He's thrown
He
6
does.
touchdowns,
He does.
6 picks. So,
all right. That's an easy enough one there.
I'm all over Ole Miss on that one.
Sounds good. All right, man. We did this in the NFL, but we're going to do this in college. Are you ready for our new, what is it called? Whatever. Here's our next, what's that?
Let me see what you got, big boy.
Here's what we got. We got Rob's Reach Around Dogs of the Week.
Appropriate.
These are the dogs that you can pick and make some money on. So I went through a few of these, and these are the 3 that I came up with. Now, I'm not saying they're all going to win, but these intrigued me. I'll tell you, I'm going to start with the one that was the least intriguing, was the Iowa. I think Iowa's good. I think they have a good defense. Yeah. The bad part is they're on the road at USC. I think they've played well. They actually played Indiana really well. I think within 3 to 5 points.
But Iowa's 7-1 against the spread.
Yeah.
And they've won 3 times straight up as an underdog.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason why I said these guys might be able to do it. So if you're looking for a dog to pick, could be Iowa.
Maybe.
Here's another one. Pitt. Now, these guys are they hosting Notre Dame?
Yes.
Okay, so they're hosting Notre Dame, and that's why I liked Pitt, because they're at home. There's something about that home cooking, right? That home magic that allows you to at least stay in games like this. We saw it at Penn State last week. How did Penn State stay up? They should have lost by 20, and they stayed in with Indiana, where they almost won. So that's why I got Pitt. A lot of points, 12.5 points. Pitt, if they can show up and play a little bit of home defense there, who knows? They come away. They'll cover, right? But I think they can come away with a win.
I would love to see Notre Dame get beat.
Well, and that's the other thing. I just love to see Notre Dame lose anyway.
I think Pitt beat them last year.
Oh, really? But
Yeah, I
okay.
know. I know. In the past, like 10 years, Notre Dame has dominated them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Pitt. I think they won last year outright.
I can see that. And so here was the last one. Virginia. So they're actually on the road at Duke, but Virginia's like 8-2, and Duke is like 5-4, right? And so I think it's just one of those. And for some reason, they gave Duke 4.5, maybe because they're at home. But I think Virginia, they could go on the road, take this game. Can you imagine a 3-team parlay where you got all those teams to win and they win?
Don't
10
tell me that.
$10 $10 bet would probably win you like $350, man. So
Don't tell me.
I don't know, but so if you're looking for some dogs in the good way, one of these three, or maybe all these three, can be your pick.
I like the first one. I don't know about the last one.
Yeah, yeah,
Virginia, to me, they're the Mormons of the East Coast. So
I like it.
yeah, they're the BYU and Orange.
All
So I
right,
don't know.
all right. So here's our next segment. That's the word I was thinking of. This was our first. Here's our other new segment. We're gonna call them dun 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 Big Pesos, Big Tease of the Week.
You got some big pesos.
That's a big teaser right there.
Good Lord.
That is a huge teaser. Do not get me kicked off of YouTube. All right, let's go.
Come on.
So you run that through. You sent that to me. Tell me what
Oh,
you
don't
got
blame
there.
it on me. You put that Berinsky up there.
Tell me
No,
about this.
So this is a 13-point teaser. This is my big teaser. So you get 13 points to use on each game. You've got to pick 4 winners. You pay some juice on it. It's 75 to win 50. Pesos.
Gotcha.
Is how that would work.
Gotcha.
So on this one, I teased Ole Miss down from whatever they were down. They were
From 11.5.
11 and a half. I teased them to plus 1.5.
Okay.
I love that play.
That'll play.
The Aggies, their total when I put this in was at 48. So I teased it down to 35.
They'll hit that on their own.
I like it. Cincy, when I looked at it, Cincinnati was a 6-point favorite. So I've teased them down to get them to be a 7-point dog.
Now I have no clue on that one.
And Alabama, they were a 6.5-point favorite. And now I've teased them to where they're getting 6.5 points.
Alabama. So this one I like because I do see them winning. I just feel like that the Oklahoma would cover. So
Okay.
this is probably a pretty good one here. I like it.
I like
Yeah,
it.
if I was going to be teased, I would think that's a good teaser right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, now before we get banned, this is the last one here. So here's another segment. It's that Easy's props of the week. So I went to look through the games that we have going on. I wanted to
Yeah.
pull out a few props here that maybe people can look at. Now I can't tell you who's going to do what on here. I can give you my guesses, but I just thought they were interesting ones. So the first one, Ole Miss quarterback Chambliss. I actually think so. This is 2+ touchdowns minus 185. I actually think he'll do that because he does. Even though he does run, he can throw. He throws touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Now the kid, Jaden Ball, is running back from Florida. It's just to score 1 touchdown. If they're gonna run the ball, he's probably gonna be the one. If they score a rushing touchdown, he'll probably be the one to score. So
Yeah. Chambliss, that guy's a stud.
He is.
So last week he threw for 315 against Oklahoma, 260 something against Georgia. He's good.
yeah, he's
And
good.
then-
He's good.
And then last week he only played the first half.
Oh,
They
wow.
played
Yeah.
Citadel.
Yeah, they won 49-0 or something like that. So.
Yeah, it wasn't a bye week, but let's just call it a first half scrimmage for them,
Yeah.
competitive scrimmage. But in the first half, he threw the ball 29 for 33 for 333 yards. So I like it. I think that's a great one.
This next one's for the OU Alabama game. So we got Ty Simpson. If Alabama can keep that guy upright, keep the Oklahoma rush off of him, he will also throw 2 touchdowns because he throws touchdowns. Even when they're close, I think they throw it more than they run it in. So that's a pretty good one there. Xavier Robinson is the running back for OU. Plus 50 yards rushing. That's, I might see Mateer rushing for more yards than that, but you never know. If their offense is doing well, I mean, that could hit as well. So,
Yeah, Simpson looks good. Alabama's a number 60 offense versus a number 7 defense for OU. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, I like Simpson.
A&M here with South Carolina. Marcel Reed, total passing touchdowns 2. If they are showing off and they do use this as a flex, he could easily get 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, passing, and if he doesn't have to run, I don't know if he will. But,
Right.
I mean, he might end up the game with 3 to 4 touchdowns total, right? Rushing and passing.
Yeah.
Faison is the running back for South Carolina. 40-plus rushing yards. That actually might be tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because against this defense, I don't know what they're going to do. They haven't seemed to be scoring a lot of points, so that could be a rough one for them there.
Yeah, Aggies defense is solid, especially against the run. But that guy, he's great.
Yeah. And then the last one here is obviously Texas, Georgia. You got Arch Manning passing for 225 yards. That's a one pays 120. I mean it's possible, right? You know what they do? They get a lot of yards after catch.
Yeah.
So if they get a lot of those, yeah, he hits 225 easy. If they keep him upright, he can get 225. Just got to keep him upright. And then Gunnar Stockton, total passing touchdowns. I was thinking about this one 2+. I could see him running 2 touchdowns more than I could see him passing 2 touchdowns because he seems to. I remember the game against Ole Miss. He seems to run a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I actually hate both of those bets.
Yeah, they are kind of out there,
Yeah.
especially if it's a defensive struggle. So,
I hope it is.
well, all right, man. So, so we talked about our picks this week. We talked about some dogs that might hit. We talked about big teases, and that was a big tease that I saw.
I love
Jeez.
big teasers.
And then we got a couple of props here. So we're set for the weekend, man. This is for get all your stuff ready. Like this video. Please subscribe because that just makes it even better. And we get to get this video out to a lot of people. And we get to talk about football a lot. Comment, please. We're going to put these out there on the comments. Our picks, maybe some of our props, definitely some dogs. And it'd be great to see what you got out there. And then, then we can come back next week and count all our pesos. What do you think?
LFG, yeah.
All right, man. Any closing comments, Big Peso, before we leave?
No, let's get that money.
Let's do it, man. All right. Thank you, everyone. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.